Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's episode and all the physical releases coming to the Switch the 27th of May until the 31st. Tevi is releasing this week in North America. This is a side-scrolling action game, a sequel of sorts to Rabbi Ribby, although this one is supposed to be a bit more linear, which is supposed to be the game's biggest issue. It's not exactly a free-flowing Metroidvania, but it is fast. I mean, seriously, either the trailer editor sped the game up to make it look exciting, or it genuinely does play like it's just taking cocaine. Seems to have fun combat, cute characters. I mean, rabbits, melons, what else do you really need in life? And if you need this in your life or any of the retail releases in this episode, then please consider using the purchase links in the description. You can get it from Video Games Plus, a fantastic way to support me. They have good prices and cheap Canadian money and cheap shipping, especially to the US, and even free worldwide shipping if you purchase something over 80 Canadian dollars. That's 60 American dollars. Plus, if you purchase something with our link, then each week you will be in with a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Sandra K. Congratulations, Sandra K. You should get an email from VGP if you haven't already with your discount coupon. Thank you so much for your support. Cupid, Parasite, Sweet and Spicy Darling is getting a physical release this week. Another otome and a fan disc to one that came out like last year. That's a pretty fast turnaround time in terms of otomes. I think Axis Games have got like a conveyor belt system in place these days to try and get them and the thirsts of the ladies quenched. I know the original was thought of highly, and from what I've heard about this, it's also really nice. I will have a video over on Physical Paradise sometime this week. It's worth noting that in Europe you can actually buy the first game and this fan disc together in a nice fancy box. I know executive producer Jennifer M has chosen this as her pick of the week. Construction Simulator 4 is releasing physically on the Switch this week, as though you need any other reason to purchase a Nintendo Switch in 2024. Hot off the heels of the other games in the series, prepare to lay down the foundations for society for generations to come. This is going to be a bag of shite, but no doubt I'm not the particular audience for it. Seed of Life is perhaps releasing in the US this week, hard to know, but multiple places say that it is this week. This is an action-adventure puzzle game. It looks nice, but it's supposed to be a bit bland and buggy, at least it was on PC when it released 3 years ago. I'm sure the Switch version will be smooth as butter, published by GS2 Games with their amazing selection of titles. Potion Permit Complete Edition is releasing this week, and I think it might annoy a few people because it wasn't that long ago the original came out. At least it doesn't feel like it. Actually, I just checked and it says September 2022, which feels a bit unreal at this point. Like, what does time actually mean? Einstein wasn't around long enough to explain how it seems to get faster when you're older. Anyways, this is the same game, but with more stuff, and we all like more stuff. Alright, the low print limited releases. Dead End City is a game I think I missed last week. Usually I get emails from Red Hot Games telling me about their stuff, but yeah, it must have been fed into the spam filter. This looks like a pretty decent old school arcade game. I could see this being on like the Neo Geo back in the day. A bit like Spy Hunter with an SNK feel. At least that's what I'm getting from the trailer. As always, there's a standard edition available at Red Hot Games' website, but they also have a deluxe edition, which is the same price, but with extra goodies. SwitchWatch 10 for 10% off anything from redhotgames.com. Just make sure to click the link below first. VGP will also be carrying standard editions if that would be more convenient for you. Tomb Raider Remastered Collection 1-3 is one of Limited Run's games this week. It's not entirely exclusive to them since the Standard Edition and the Deluxe Edition, they are going to be available at retail. In fact, Limited Run don't even have the Deluxe Edition. But what is exclusive to them is the $200 Collector's Edition. I'm just super stoked this is getting a physical release, and it isn't completely exclusive to Limited Run. I guess I wasn't wrong in my predictions when I did a video about this Tomb Raider collection when it released digitally. I kind of got it spot on. And if you want to pre-order the retail versions, please do so with the links below via Video Games Plus. I know it's going to be one of my favorite releases of the year. Like, genuinely, I am so excited for this. 3 games I really enjoy in all their beautiful archaic glory. I mean, games just aren't this good anymore. And our executive producers, Josh Foote, Punky Dooster, Thorn Metal Luna, and Parsnip Coffee have chosen this as their pick of the week. Clock Tower Remastered, or whatever it's called, is Limited Run's second game this week, and this one is definitely exclusive to them. It's a Super Nintendo, or I should say Super Famicom game, pretty much as is, but now brought to modern platforms, and hopefully they've left it the hell alone. Fingers crossed they haven't messed with it too much, but considering how long ago this was announced, they must be doing something pretty special with it. Anyways, this is a point-and-click horror game, finally getting an English release, and you can only get it from Limited Run's website in a standard and collector's edition. And our executive producer, Instacritic, has chosen this as his pick of the week. That's way fewer people I thought would pick it. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion HD Renovation is a game from a brand new limited publisher, Rocket Games. This is a company made by Dougie, who was at Limited Run before he was... I don't know if I can legally say that. Anyways, almost exactly a year to the day he left Limited Run, Rocket Games announced the pre-order date for their first game. It's almost coincidental, and this looks absolutely shite. It's a quirky indie game that's probably better than it looks. It's very memeable, okay? Look at Steam reviews, they're all meme reviews, which means nothing. Apparently you go through 1,000 rooms, each one being different from the last. Hopefully by the last few rooms it evolves into, you know, a proper game. You can pre-order this later this week. Alright, we're heading into the imports, Play Asia territory. If you want any of the imports shown in this video, then please consider using the Play Asia links, okay? That's also a fantastic way to support us, plus we can support you too, because if you click the link, you can also get 5% off with the code Jordan24. Let's take a look what we've got this week. Xuan Yuan Sword 7 is getting sent out by Play Asia this week. And this is a bit of a big daddy for me, been looking forward to this one since it was announced. I've occasionally let the trailer play in the background of some videos and people always begged me to tell them, what is it? And it's this. I can see why people would be excited because it looks like Dark Souls set in ancient China, which is an instant win. Of course, it's not going to live up to that comparison, but I can't wait to give it a go. They said they've taken good care to make it playable on the Switch since it is a meaty game, you know? And it's all on the cartridge too, looks fantastic. There's a standard edition as well as a collector's edition available, which will be on my shelf when it arrives. I love a good Chinese infused action RPG, what can I say? I've been drinking a lot of the water here. And our executive producer Feig has chosen this as their pick of the week. Tokyo's Psychodemic is releasing this week in Japan, and it's been boasted by Play Asia and other places as having English. I'm still not convinced, to be honest. Nothing has changed about the digital listing. At the time of writing this, it still says Japanese only. I wonder if they got confused with the PS5 version, which definitely does have English. I'm still really hoping, because to me this looks absolutely fantastic. A detective mystery game that uses like real life imagery and videos. I'd definitely be all about this if the Switch version has English. If. And our executive producer Brent McLean has chosen this as his pick of the week. Umbraclaw is releasing in Japan this week. This is one of numerous upcoming Inti Creates physical imports. They've got a ton of them coming, and this might be the most exciting one. It's still their usual side-scrolling action game, but there's something a bit different in the presentation. I don't know how to describe it well, because, you know, I'm awful at writing, but I would compare it to Wind Waker if it was a stained glass window. That sounds awesome, right? There's no word of a Western physical release, but it could be limited run in the future once they've gotten through their 3-year backlog of games, or maybe Inti Creates got sick of them, who knows. There's a standard and collector's edition, and our executive producers Cartoon Soren and Vei, my man in Japan, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Wargroove 1 and 2 is releasing in Japan this week with English. You may remember that Super Rare Games did this a week or two back, and it sold out instantly, despite having an ugly cover in my opinion. If you missed out on that, you should probably look into this cheaper Japanese version. You get both Wargroove games together in one package. The second game never actually got a physical release. Considering the cheap price and better box art, I personally think this Japanese version is a no-brainer. These are both incredibly well put together strategy games, pure, simple. If you need more like advanced war style games, then give this one a shot. A lot of content for the price. And our executive producers, Robotech and Issa, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Dave the Diver Anniversary Edition is releasing in Japan this week, which might be a good option for some, but it is worth noting that it's getting a Western release fairly soon, next month I believe. Just like me, it's a bit late for an anniversary. They'll forgive you eventually. This was an indie darling in a very much indie darling's year, and our executive producers Dane Wilkinson, Offone, God of Resin, and JCross7776 have chosen this as their pick of the week. Japan is also getting these two. Sadly, despite the Steam version of Wisman's World Retry having English, I've been told by the publisher English is being taken out of the Switch release and saved for the Western release. Oh, I wonder which prick of a company it's gonna be for that one. Alright, the community spotlight. Executive producer Cartoon Soren showed off some recent arrivals from Limited Run, including the sleeve to put all 3 River City Girls games together. Fingers crossed they don't make another one. Ishin sent in this photo picking up a bunch of import games including Clockwork Aquario, which is a cute little arcade platformer, very colourful and easy to pick up and play. I enjoyed it. Executive producer Robotech sent in this photo picking up the Macross Collector's Edition. Sadly, it doesn't have English for reasons unknown, but I'm sure it's still enjoyable without, and it will get a Western physical release sometime in the future. Psych Villain sent in this photo with Slave 0X. I hope that patch makes it acceptable. It was a big disappointment on Switch due to performance. Let me know, does it play any better now? Executive producer Vei, my man in Japan, sent in this photo, including an import exclusive that slipped under the radar for many, including myself. The one in the middle at the top called 100 Year Kingdom, it has English, but it's not available on PlayAsia or Amazon Japan, so that's why no one noticed it. Mickey McFlynn sent in this photo, one of many to pick up Paper Mario. Seems like it was a big hit with everyone, despite the couple of reasons to be worried about it. I will pick this up eventually once I finish the first game. I still haven't played that one. Shiggy also picked up the 100 Year Kingdom alongside some classic imports. The Super Robot Wars games, can't go wrong with those. I just recently got 30, like Super Robot Wars 30, because PlayAsia currently has it for $23. Executive producer God of Resin sent in this photo. Thank you so much for using the PlayAsia links to pick up these, all of which are or were heavily discounted. Absolute bargains on Serial Cleaners and Lyrica 1 and 2 double pack. Ugh. Black Star sent in this photo, who was one of a few to start getting in their backer editions of Sea of Stars, which was for the Kickstarter. Nice cover art, still prefer the Japanese version personally. Lewis K sent in this photo, also seems to have raided PlayAsia's discounts. Okami is like 22 or is it 23 bucks right now? Amazing price for a game that I love so much. Alright, let's have a roundup. Andrew R, Dominic W, Paul S, Kevin W, Elisa, Starvey, McLaren, Cresalac, Crobat Lover, Choco Loco James. Alright, please send me your pictures on Twitter if you can DM me. My profile is SoWhatAboutGame. You can email it to us, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and of course the Discord, the server of which should be in the description. Please only send me 1 picture per week. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Let's Get Physical. Special thanks, as always, to my super producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, JCross7776, Punkidusta, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Issa, They, Mental Traveler, Offbone, Jennifer M, Instacritic, Precision Play, Kadacha, Totally Grateful, Alex M, Feig, and Josh Foot, plus you. Yeah, thank you for your support too. If you watched all the way through, please leave me a clock emoji in honor of the clock tower. Please go check out some of our other stuff, check out my other channels, Physical Paradise. If you're not subscribed to that, then why are you even watching this video? Because it's like same thing, okay? And also a bit more Jordan. Go over there. I'm still playing a lot of Star Wars games. Have a good day. Take care.